Okay, here we have an old, mid-20s most likely, Polydyne, as I understand, radio receiver. I ordered this, and if you notice here, in shipping, see that gap that's right there? I think the guy set it this way and the thing fell back, so I don't know how to get that sort of baffle back forward without risking anything, and this case almost seems like it's not going to open up. It's made by Pausin Engineering Company. You can see here, it's you know, pretty basic and straightforward. It's got little, you know, rubber. Actually, it's funny. This one's so smashed. You can see those. I don't know how well you can see those. Let's see if it'll. It's probably not going to come through, but anyway, the one here is really kind of smashed down. Is this going to focus? It's kind of smashed down just from years. This one here is a little higher, so obviously, you know, the bulk of what's in here is probably back heavy. And then, you know, I've got the little rubber feet, but obviously the metal's kind of extended through as that rubber's compressed. So I have it sitting on here, but I have it very gently sitting, so it's not gonna, I'm not gonna move it around and scratch it or anything. I did find several advertisements for this, which were kind of cool. It was about 20 bucks back in the day. Haven't done the math to see what that is to, you know, modern equivalent, but you know, they in the advertisements they're like, hey, you can drop it and it'll still work for you. So I'm not planning on doing that, testing out that feature. So this case opens up like this. I will actually zoom in just a bit now. It's real nice. There were no screws here, so this dovetail part slides out pretty easily. Love the detail here. There is a felt, right? They've got a little channel, and there's a felt in here to just kind of gently hold the actual radio, you know, this guessing bakelite, hold that in place. And then in the very back, there's a small little piece of wood. Let me actually show you kind of how that is in there. Yeah, okay, so see, like this, just to kind of cover that extra space if needed. I don't know if that's where it's supposed to be, who put it in there. There does look like there are 3 small kind of tack holes there. So maybe, yeah, I see, actually, yeah, I see the tack spots. So that's definitely what that was. That was tacked down this way, because this is kind of, you can't see it there, but there's the kind of that outside edge. And then just a little peek in there. Let me go ahead and lift this here and give you a full view. So, as to exactly what company this is, I'm not 100%, let me get this strap out of it. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I've got this piece that broke that I'll, came from like right here. I'm gonna glue that back into place. I do wish that in shipping it would have been maybe packed to not move, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. It arrived safely for the most part, nothing major. Okay, so again, you know, this company here, the only thing I could figure is there is a guy who is credited with kind of pioneering the he was doing a patent on the Neutrodyne receivers, and apparently they, some people went in and bought that from him, partnered with him. I don't know if he was making these beforehand, because obviously this looks like an operation. It's got a plate and a serial number in the number of 1500s. But I do know that there's a company called Standard, and they made a Standardine. So I'm wondering if that might be the Standard company. If anybody knows, feel free to say. Now, it does have freshman components right there and then underneath as well. And that looks like it'll need a fuse. By the way, this tube wasn't in here. I just had to kind of order these. Person I bought it from said that didn't have tubes, but you see them all over eBay. People are like, oh, rainbow tubes, hundreds of dollars, give them to me. It's kind of sad when people take something, and I'm not saying that was done with this one, but when people take a unit that had tubes in it and kind of scavenge those in order to sell, and then maybe sell the unit separately. I'd say just keep that stuff together. You know what I mean? Part of it originally. Now, this all moves smooth and beautifully. What I like about this, what I'm really interested in, getting to know about this radio and these types in general, is everything is so simplified. We've got so much going on with modern stuff, and let's see if I can see. No, it's underneath. But we've got so much that's really just complex, and to see how they did things back in the day is just fascinating. So what I was able to determine is that the tubes here, and by the way, this one wasn't in it. I put that one in, and then I was like, well, if I'm going to be putting tubes in, let me film it. And then let me show you these back here. Okay, so I'm just going to do this handheld now. So we've got the aerial, we've got the ground, the A minus, A plus, the B minus, and the B plus detector, and then the B plus, and then the B plus amplifier. And interesting that there's this little protector here. I'm guessing the amplifier voltage is going to be hot there. Okay, I'm going to pull this out real quick. I'm going to just do a quick zoom in on that if I can. There we go. Okay, yeah. So, and that, and that's pretty much. I mean, just tell me this isn't beautiful here, right? Just incredible. The emerging technology when radio came into play, like, I don't know, this is just cool. Alright, so I'm gonna come back here in a sec. Okay, there's that piece back in place, and then looks like I had a screw break off and fall in during shipment as well, so I'll figure that out. Okay, and I've got this leaning up against the case like this, just kind of right there in those parts, because these little coils would be resting on the table if not. But I'm just gonna kind of go through this real quick just to get a look here. So, and of course the focus is gonna be pretty bad here. There we go. So that's the horn out. And check this out. We don't have like sloppy wiring here. This is all, like, a lot of these are the square bar. connections, robust. I mean, those things aren't going anywhere. And then, you know, we've got like one curving right there. These, you know, have 90-degree angles. They're shielded. Well, I say shielded, but whatever. They've got a protective cover. But look at these. You know, check out these transformers here. You see that one over there is in focus. That's a good one there. I mean, you know, just incredible. What is this camera doing? We got these old mica capacitors. Just cool here. But just amazing. You know, just so beautiful. Oh yeah. This is great too. Check out the sweep on this. Look how that. I mean, often we look at potentiometers and we see, you know, they're covered. You know, but look at this. You've just got that just sweeping right over each of those, of that wound. See there? Off position, on, and then going up. I mean, it's incredible how simplified this stuff appears anyway compared to, you know, modern. Oh, and then I did want to show this too. So there's out and then in, so it lifts that. Anyway, amazing stuff here. And then obviously the you can see each of these, right, has its representative point on there, depending on the stage, right? It'll maybe, I don't know, to me this is just fascinating. So let me go ahead and put this back in, and then I'm going to go ahead and put some more tubes in it. Okay, so through my research, I was able to find the Radio Museum Archive, something to that effect. I'll put the real link in, just so you know. But if you Google any of these radios, or you know, anything about these old sets, it's going to kind of pull them up, so you'll be able to find that easily. But I will include that anyway. Anyway, they went and covered what tubes are in this. So what I found is that these have the UV201A, and as I kind of went through some of the various things for comparing, found out that anything that's the 01A series, so if it's a 301A, 201A, a CX, a UV, a UX, whatever, that they are pretty much all the same. They may have been made different times. They, I think the ones that were just the straight 201As may actually have, you know, been more filament based, or like they actually light up like a bulb. I'm just going by what I've read. You can find all this as well. You may already know this even. But here I've got, you know, I ended up having to just kind of piece these together. Oh my gosh, the focus on this is terrible. But so this is the RCA Cunningham Radiotron, and it's just the 01A. So on these, there is, you can see it right there, there's like a little pin, and then there's a little notch, as you can see right there in these. So those will just kind of go in, you know, and you'll see that the pins line up, they'll make contact, and then notch. So this one I'm gonna have to verify. It's a Philco, and it's worn off of here. Down here it has M4, but I'm not gonna put something in here unless I'm sure. And I have a tube tester, so I may run it on that. But I do have a couple more tubes on the way, just so that I can, have some. Okay, so this one here, by the way, that is rocking slightly, so I just want to be very careful in how I treat some of these, especially, these are from the 20s. This one is a Sylvania SX201A. So, and there may even be better spots for some of these to go. Okay, yeah, I was able to just touch, just to get that attached with the Bakelite. This one here, I was actually using the glass. Maybe I'm going to try not to do that on the rest of them. Here's an RCA, actually, this unfortunately has come off, but for like 100 years old almost, 90, almost 100 years old, or 95, almost 100 years old. Give me a break, man, this is awesome. So here we go again, Radiotron UX201A. This is not moving like that Sylvania was. And I'll actually get these checked out and find the best places for them. I'm gonna take this one out because I need that extra leverage. There we go. Okay, and then I'll do this one back in. Yeah, so there is just enough. You can push down on the glass just a touch for the, to move these little leaves down. But then actually, turning it, here's another one in the box. But actually turning it, there's enough with the base sticking up that you can just do it. Another UX201A. Oh. RCA there. And so my reason for doing this is just to get a look at what this thing looks like with tubes in it. I'm not going to fire it up just yet. Yeah, that's all the tubes I have that I know go in this one. So I'll see if I can research this real fast. Okay, so I went and researched and was not able to find anything definitive on that tube. Let me just kind of set this back here. So this tube, right, what we have identifying it is Philco and then M4. Now, as you all probably know, you see you got a little bit of an arc from this stamp, and then that tiny little bit of information, that's I think just a mark of muck. But in that, actually, that other thing right there within the arc might be a little muck too. But regardless, there's really not any identifying information that I can glean from this. You know what, just for curiosity's sake, oh hell, this one's just purely purely metallic. That's cool, I like it, but that doesn't help with my thing. Okay, I'm just gonna set that there for a moment. Anyway, this is new enough for me that I'm not going to be able to tell you what is going on with this tube, what number it is or anything like that. So, maybe at some point I'm going to figure this out, but if anybody has a quick answer on how to identify tubes, especially like these old ones, I'm looking for anything in the 01A series. I wonder if one of these, I'm gonna kind of do the same thing here. I wonder if oh crap, this one's also, yeah, so this also has just completely silver. So this is the only one that's clear. And you know, I don't know, maybe I'll use that as a determining factor that, you know, it's not fully metallized. You can see right there it is, right? But you know, it's pretty open over here. But yeah, I mean, if you have an idea on how to determine old tubes, I do have a tube tester. I'm gonna have to check it out and see if it has the ability for the 4-pin type. Otherwise, what I'm gonna do, just to play it safe, I'm not gonna risk ruining something from 1926. I don't know what would happen if I put a wrong tube in, but I definitely would not risk it. I definitely would not put it in this one, that's for sure. But regardless, I wouldn't risk anything, you know, just because, right? I would rather part with this tube as an unknown, or just keep it for, you know, whatever reason, and just get one that I know is good. You know, in fact, I would like to have all matching 201As if I can, but I'm not opposed to the 01As. So I guess for now I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I will definitely, what I'm trying to do now, because these need A and B batteries, right? I don't have batteries like that. Maybe I could get them. Maybe it would be cool, because this little catalog I was looking through, actually it showed, you know, it was advertising them, right? The same thing that was advertising a similar radio and a similar speaker was also advertising batteries and chargers for them. So I know that they're rechargeable. What I will probably do is, first and foremost, I will probably just get a power supply that has the voltage ranges for both the A and B battery inputs, right? And I'll just hook those up and do that. I do think, though, it would be cool, just because it's how it was done. I think it'd be cool to get old batteries, and, you know, if they run down, just charge those things up. I'm not opposed to that. You know, I even though batteries have a lifespan, you know, even like deep cycle, rechargeable, you know, car battery, all that, even though they have a lifespan, you know, that's how these things were done. That's how these things were powered back in the day. And to have some just ridiculous test equipment hooked up to this in order to drive the power, I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want to put some, you know, weird box on the inside, you know, wedge it in here or anything. You know, maybe just finding some way to hook up, you know, some old batteries is the way to do it. So I'll figure that out. And I'm also going to, yeah, sky's the limit here. I'm very happy to own this set. I'm very much looking forward to operating it, getting to know it, and if this also interests you, if you would like to see that, let me know, and I'll show you kind of every step of the way. And this, as opposed to some people, you know, this is new to me. So if you're thinking about anything like this, then hey, great. You know, you'll be able to learn along with me with it. Thanks for checking this one out. You know, feel free to leave any comments or feedback that you may want to, and I will definitely be reading it, and will respond appropriately. Now, I will kind of just say, yeah, I got a little something else that I got today.
And let me show you a little peek at this here. So, if you're interested in seeing anything on that, stay tuned for the next one.